Hey
Good
Chris,
afternoon, Brock.
how you doing, man?
So far, so good. I'm excited to co-host and ready for the discussion.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be it's turning out to be kind of an eventful Thursday. So let's give it a minute or two and let other people join, then we'll start. Yeah, let's give it a few minutes. All right, let's start, man. Let's get this thing going.
Let's go.
How was your day, man? How was how's things in Boston?
Life here in Boston is pretty good. I actually went. I'm at the Boston Public Library right now. Did a lot of research on the Satoshi notes, regarding the green spawn bulletin board system,
Yeah, thanks,
as
man.
well as the design logo. You name it.
Anything interesting you found? Anything you want to share with us?
Yeah, I can share one or two. So
Yeah, sure.
one thing
Go
I
ahead.
found. Yeah, one thing I found out is basically in terms of the bite marks when it comes to the Olympics, there's always a tradition where when the Olympian winners receive their gold medal,
Right.
they bite as a way to test if it's actual gold because gold is a soft metal, and it creates an inspiration to the Bitcoin design logo because it has those
Right.
dental bite marks
Yeah,
of it.
I'm not saying that I invented. No one knows who invented the Bitcoin logo. I think it was it was BitBoy. But the way it lines up, like if I take my now I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. I swear to God, if I take the Bitcoin, like a Bitcoin, like I have a collectible Bitcoin coin that I carry around with me. If I take it and bite it, if my right tooth lines up to where that small dent in the bottom of the Bitcoin logo, like it'll leave it in an indent like that, just as if I was biting a gold medal. So I and then in the notes I put like dental note like dental notation because the way dentists like notate their stuff, like they have a number and like a call sign for every tooth to make molding. So that was an interesting thing that I wanted to put in there. But anything else you found?
Yeah, I heard you're big into Pokemon,
Yeah.
and I didn't know. This is my first time finding out about this. The famous protagonist Ash Ketchum in the American version is Ash, but in the Japanese version is Satoshi in Japan when translated
Right.
to Japanese.
Right. I was huge into Pokemon. I still am. But like around the time in '98 onwards, man, Pokemon was huge. Like if you weren't into Pokemon, you were weird. So did you have Pokemon growing up?
Oh yeah, I used to have a bunch, like a huge library of Pokemon cards, and then I show out to my friends saying that hey, I have this huge collection that I want to flex on it at good old times.
Dude, remember they had
And
like the rare ones, like the Japanese, like the Chinese Pikachu, and they had like the birthday Pikachu and the flying Pikachu and the surfing Pikachu. and they had like the dark version, like the Team Rocket cards. Remember that?
Oh yeah, these are extremely rare, and people are like raving about it because they say they're willing to pay like thousands of dollars if they have that, if they get a hold of that card, these cards, you know.
Oh yeah, dude. It was like 8, 9 year olds. I was like 9 year old, 9 to 10 year olds at the time, holding cars that were worth thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, and most of their parents had no idea what they were doing. It was crazy.
Hmm. They're essentially the OG physical NFTs because they're so rare that like only a few or only one unique copy of it exists on the planet.
Yeah. Did you have the the blue and gold and red Game Boy games as well, or the N64 games?
I think I have few of them, like the Pokemon Red. It was like a way back. I had it like when I was like 4 years old. I think my uncle like had a friend. He said, "Hey, I got this Pokemon Red. Your nephew would like to play with." It's like, "Hey, okay." And he told me, he said, "I got the Pokemon Red. I got the Pokemon Green." Yeah,
Yeah. And that reminds me. Are you on TikTok by any chance?
I am.
Remember
Yep.
that? Remember that dancing dragon that had that they played that song from Pokemon Red and Gold back in the day? Remember that one, the little dancing dragon with that person? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, it was so viral. Like I
So viral. Anyway, stuff like that. Like, how many pages is Satoshi Notes? It's like 29 pages. It just that's about a third of the stuff, but it took me about 2 years to go through and really jot down because that was me like thinking through, okay, what was the origins of Bitcoin, what made me want to do this, and it goes back to '98 because those and actually I'll post the link to the remember in '98 in the notes it says I posted two notes with my name signed. I'll actually post that right now and in the comments section. That way, people can see it. And while I look for that, can you mention anything else you find interesting?
your Yahoo email Blastoise. I'm guessing that's your favorite Pokemon of that time.
Yeah, Dark Blastoise from Team Rocket. Yeah,
Hmm. Basically, it contains like the SMTP, the cyber coding research, the internet facts over internet, all that good stuff.
yeah. So I'm posting it in the comments section right now, and I'm actually friends with the guy on Twitter here on X, Philip Greenspun, the guy who owns the website. If you look in the comments, you can see me signing a forum message from all the way from 1998. I just posted that, so it's still up. Like that one and the other one, just asking for like photos of like the Titanic film are still up from '98, and they have my whole name. So, but once I joined that site, greenspun.com, it was kind of a forum that would evade ads, and it was kind of before Google and Google Images was around. But this was like filled with like it was half like just general discussion and half like financial talk, and also a good chunk of Y2K. And it was full of a lot of adults who would just talk about the economics of the time, and they were talking about the gold standard and just a bunch of stuff. So that was kind of how I got my I cut my teeth, so to say, on like talking about finance online because it's not easy, but if you go to that website, it's still up today. And as far as I know, I only posted two, but it goes back to '98, and that website is a gold mine for old early late '90s internet speak.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah,
And
I never heard of
especially,
Greenspawn when it comes to the MIT bulletin board system
yeah,
to like post like the research notes or
I'll
like
I'll
append.
actually add. I'm adding him to the comment section right now. You were saying? Sorry.
I was saying that the bulletin board, the Greenspun, like the MIT research, they add like append for like the research notes, updates, or
It was
for like the.
actually is actually arguably the first social network online. Because he started it in '95, '96 as his PhD dissertation at MIT, and he still teaches at MIT, but he's an aviation guy. So it was arguably the first social network. I just randomly found it, But that's kind of how and people make fun of me for it, but also I say that's when the thinking for Bitcoin first started. Is because half of that conversation on the website is about finance. And as a young child, I was like, well, I like math and I like coding, but also I usually have insomnia, so I just used to stay up a lot and read all the forum posts. And it was very easy because they're that's all they talk about on there. So it's worth checking out. It's worth checking out.
Hmm.
But anyway, how is the weather in Boston, man? How's things up there?
So far, ever since winter has ended, spring has like feels like gives me that summer vibes a little bit on some days. So yeah, the weather's pretty chill.
Yeah, what part of you're in like metropolitan Boston, like inner Boston, or like outside the city?
In the heart of Boston, like nearby Copley Square.
What got you into crypto? What's your story?
Funny story is, when I was in college, not knowing what to do, I primarily major in electrical engineering because I was like, okay, that's the only option I have. So I went to study Calculus 3, which is like one of the hardest math classes ever. And then one of my friends who's also taking the same class talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these like Bitcoin big runners that's been viral for many years, especially Dogecoin. And I was a Web 2 person, and I thought I was like, oh, crypto's a scam, and crypto is so volatile that people lose money all the time. And I didn't look into it until the Shiba Inu run that caught my eye, and that opens the door into learning more about Bitcoin, the altcoins, especially the meme coin season, and how it builds community in the infrastructure in Web 3, all that stuff.
Yeah, wasn't Shiba Inu was after Doge, right? Like 2014, 2015.
Right. Hmm.
I see Shiba Inu talked about a lot. Can you kind of go into it because I'm actually not familiar. I'll be honest. I'm familiar with Doge. I have a lot of Doge, but what is Shiba Inu mostly?
To simply put, Shiba Inu is like just like how Dogecoin was existed. It's simply a meme coin, and a lot of people don't look into that as like the runner of like the next Dogecoin.
Right.
And when it runs, they this pseudo name Satoshi, I believe that's his pseudonym, started to create like a burn
It's all
utility
good.
to burn a huge supply of Shiba Inu, so to create demand and FOMO into burning more coins so they can buy into the more of the tech utility of Shiba Inu. I've been looking into that. I've been in the community for quite some time, and lots of good work is happening there.
Yeah, because I see it a lot because I follow a lot of crypto influencers on YouTube, and they're always it's more the old school financial guys who invest primarily in meme coins. They'll always mention Shiba Inu is running and Shiba Inu is pumping, but no one really knows what the hell that means. When you say meme coins, mostly like do you mean like traditional meme coins, or do they take might be a stupid question. Do they take actual memes and monetize them, or is it just a chain like Solana that has memes on it?
So basically, Shiba Inu is simply like an image, like a brand name almost, and it does it does influence people to create memes based on that. Like it's a
Right,
Shiba Inu dog.
right. Is it the same? Well, no, it's Shiba Inu, but is it again? It's going to sound like a stupid question, but also is it based off of? Is it kind of influenced by Doge, or is it a whole different thing? Like
That's a good question.
Dogecoin, because Dogecoin is a Shiba Inu, right? And then Shiba Inu
Right.
coin came after Doge, so I don't know.
I believe it is influenced by Dogecoin, the OG Dogecoin, but other than that, it doesn't have no utility, no payments, no nothing. It's just similar meme, but it's opens doors to people to like they want to add utility to Shiba Inu so that it creates more value.
Is it AI based, or is it just a regular blockchain?
It's just a blockchain for now.
I got you. I might buy some. I might check it out because in the coming weeks I'm gonna be buying a lot of Bitcoin. I have a lot of Bitcoin. I have a lot of Doge. I have like 13 cents in Solana that someone randomly sent me. Other than that, I don't have a lot of Doge, a lot of big crypto. So I'll put that down.
Hmm.
But with the markets. I think what was it? The stock markets recorded their worst day in 4 years yesterday and today after the announcement of reciprocal tariffs. I think. I think that's nothing to worry about. Like Michael Saylor posted today, Bitcoin doesn't have tariffs. Did you see that?
I've seen it everywhere,
Yeah,
and
everywhere.
he's right.
But but there's always a chance. Like I said, some country slapping tariffs regulations on crypto mined in or originating from their own country. Now I can't help but like be focused on this because it's possible, and that would only stoke tensions between like China and the U.S. because there's already tensions, but also like someone mentioned yesterday. I think it was on American Journal, the morning show for Infowars. Like China is very China first, and they hate the fact that they're relying on the U.S. for anything. So once they unban Bitcoin, they could just say you can do anything with Bitcoin, even more than America does. So I can't help but think about what they'll do in like a thought experiment way. But they could go all out and just say, hey, we're actually going to be the Bitcoin capital of the world. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, hopefully they don't extend to crypto because crypto's decentralized finance and gives people the freedom to do what they want to do with the money, especially Bitcoin because no one actually owns Bitcoin.
Well,
It's
yeah.
like the people.
What they could also, I mean, any it's possible for any of this, but also they could tell all of their node operators and all their miners to reject any transactions from America or any other countries and start to mess with the blockchain. And what are we gonna do? Change the Bitcoin core code and send strongly worded letters? I mean, think about it.
Mm,
It's crazy,
y-
but I can't help but think
mhm.
about it. I mean, there's a reason why I'm thinking about it. But there's been tensions between the U.S. and China for a long time now, since about 2020 2021. Sans COVID, sans COVID. Even if you remove COVID, China has been waiting to do something anti-American, huge for a long time. So it's possible. But with other good news, we have Arizona passed the Bitcoin Treasury yesterday. That's a good thing. I have in the notes. So along with Texas and Arizona, we got 2 to 3 states. So that's cool. Do you see Massachusetts doing that, or you think they'll take a long time?
Yeah, give me a few months to check if Massachusetts are thinking about it or already in progress of passing the strategic reserve.
Well, what do you think about Massachusetts like doing like their healthcare and their grid on the blockchain because they're all about that.
Oh yeah, there are literally the central hub of like the healthcare, like biotechnology, as well as like the central finance. And where I'm standing right now at the library, I'm like literally like 10 minutes away from the financial center in Boston.
Yeah, I
So
remember when Mitt Romney was governor, he overhauled the entire healthcare system. But you guys, the national grid is amazing. And if you could take the national grid and the wind farms you have up there off the coast and tie it into the blockchain, that'd be great because you can mine Bitcoin and have nodes for the state easily, easily.
for sure, like we have abundant like renewable energy, such as like the wind turbines, as well as like the nuclear plants, and use it to like mine Bitcoin in a more healthy, like environmental friendly way instead of like relying heavily on the fossil fuel electricity as a power source, such as the old fashioned the ASIC manufacturing parts.
Dude, remember when they had that first wind farm off of Martha's Vineyard? Remember when they built that?
Oh
I was
yeah.
a part of the
Mhm.
public comment conference call. Dude, the people who called in had some of the most insane complaints before it was even built. They were like, "This wind farm is gonna mess with the sharks. It doesn't look good when I'm on vacation. It's gonna ruin fishermen's lives." It's not good for public transit. It was crazy, and it still got built. But it's like 80 miles off the coast of Massachusetts, right?
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's more like it's like a risk
It's
averse
crazy.
type of approach.
I mean, I
They.
mean, wind farms aren't wind farm. There's a lot of like bad about them, like the blades to destroy them. You have to bury them and stuff. But also,
Mhm.
they dig the cables way underneath the seafloor, and it goes straight into the coast. But with projects like that, like I was talking yesterday with Haroon, there's ways to power Bitcoin with wind and solar and hydrogen with water, but also it's kind of in its infancy. So I can't help like I know I have a friend who I used to work with whose father used to work for the national grid, and I've been meaning to hit them up because if you just work with the national grid and tie into that, good God, that's a lot of unused, untapped energy right there. What do you think?
Has a way untapped
Way
potential,
untapped potential.
because National Grid is like very reliable when it comes to providing services, providing um, reliable power source among the consumers and the consumer standpoint everywhere.
Yeah, so it's worth thinking about. Like Massachusetts, if they do a Bitcoin or a crypto treasury, they do have that as a selling point. And I hope you get a chance to talk with them after this week or next, where I sign my message. So, even though I'm really adverse to uh, to Elizabeth Warren and her whole approach to crypto, like she's the one who shrieked for years, crypto it uses the entire energy of a small country. I'm like, say something else besides that as an opponent of crypto. That's all they have, and you don't hear them talk about it anymore. You see what I'm saying? So, but they have a lot of potential. They have a lot of potential. So it's I don't know, but that's actually really all we have to talk about today. This week I'm going to sign a Satoshi message. That's what I'm thinking about and really focus towards. But these daily discussions kind of whenever I do sign a transaction, people will go to my profile and they'll listen to these and they'll see it'll help them like flesh out what's going on. So if there's anything you have to add, uh, anything you have to add before we in the space?
Well, one thing I do like to add, and something that ZZ from Binance had posted like years
Right.
ago, but it's like very, very valuable. And he says, "quote I quote, if you can't hold, you won't be rich." Unquote.
If you can, what do you say? If you can hold, you won't be rich, or if you can't hold.
If you can't
Oh, if
hold,
you can't,
you won't be.
holding is hard, man. Holding is real hard, especially when there's a lot of volatility. Because like you have like let's say you have like a few Bitcoin, each of them are going to be worth at least $80,000 at any time, and $80,000 goes a long way in this economy. So it's all about foreshadowing. It's all about realizing what will be worth it in the future. That works for me. Yeah,
Mhm.
do
For
you have a lot of
sure.
Bitcoin or you're still accruing?
Just only that small portion because of course, 80,000 per Bitcoin is expensive, so just only a portion of it. And yeah, just like it's very volatile, just like in life. Life is full of up and downs, so
Yeah.
we gotta pull through.
Yeah, man. Well, that's about it. It's a relatively chill Thursday. I think tomorrow will be interesting. Saturday is my birthday, or my second birthday. It's Satoshi's birthday, April 5th. So maybe we'll have a space that day when I sign a transaction. So I look forward to that. But that's gonna be it. Thanks, Chris, and thanks Ricky, and thanks everybody else for showing up. We'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, see you. Bye.
Bye.